Hey, what is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So this is, I believe, I want to say the fifth race from our second community lobby. This was the second to last race, and well, I thought I would do something a little bit stupid and a little bit silly. Essentially, this is going to be 200 pp cars all going together on a little, pretty much a go-kart track, and seeing who comes out on top. So only a few eligible cars, but very much fun and very funny nonetheless. So grid start to this one, it's myself and Jace trying to get away, but Jace is going to bog down, and that's going to allow the Jeeps to go straight on the attack. The Willys Jeep were definitely the standout cars, probably then followed by the Beetle, which was pretty much a decent all-rounder, if not a little bit slow. And then I'd say, even though the Abarth's probably got the performance advantage over the Beetles, the you know, how unstable it is under braking just made it a very bad choice, which both myself and Jace found out very soon, even as soon as lap 1. So straight away the Jeeps are on the charge. They are basically just going to go out front and absolutely battle it out together in their own battle, followed closely by the Beetles, which are going to have their own battle, bar one of them, which is going to essentially battle one of the last of the Jeeps. So awesome to kind of see a Beetle taking the battle to one of these pretty much overpowered cars in this terms. So yeah, and you know, the Abarths, as you can see, we've already got two spinners, and that's going to be both Abarths. They had this really awful thing of, as soon as you get on the brakes, it basically just like to spin itself around. You have to almost sort of slightly, you know, breathe on the brake pedal to get this thing slowed down without it kicking out. So very much not a very fun car to drive. It's fun in the sense of, you know, it's hilarious to mess about. This wasn't really a serious race, but you know, in terms of, you know, if you want to do well, it was definitely not the car to use. So we've got a bunch of Jeeps out from P1 to P7. So not too bad. They're pretty much in their own race. Dion, he is the leading Beetle. He's going to have a very impressive race pretty much throughout, which we'll kind of see going into the next few laps. So the Beetle definitely kind of the, you know, better car, although probably the least powerful. The better car for stability over, you know, things such as the Abarth and such. Definitely not a fun time for myself and Chase in terms of trying to be competitive, as we've picked up a half-a-second penalty. Are we going to get through the corner cleanly this time? No, of course we're not. It's going to spin itself around, and although it's an awesome looking little sporty car, it's definitely not awesome when you're just spinning around constantly. Jay's trying to get the move done on Feathers, who is one of the last Beetles. Obviously we've got Jody in last in another one of the Beetles. She's basically just throwing that thing around. In the end, she is actually going to start picking up a little bit, just through some of the carnage that went on back there. But up front we've got Scally leading the way against, I want to say, Scotty Boy, and then Superman here in third. So it's a very close race. The main two kind of breaking away from the rest. The rest, however, they're pretty much having their own battle, with another little mini battle going at the back between Jiggle and Robbo. So Scotty Boy, is he going to be able to make the move on Scally here? Looking like a bit of contact, very early braking from Scally there. Superman here, he's going to lose a position to Johnny surely. One's on the outside, one's on. That is a Jeep gone wide, so that's Scally dropping all the way back from first to fourth. Not sure if he had a little love tap there, but he has dropped down. So Scotty Boy now leads, followed by Johnny, who all of a sudden has got himself up there. Superman here third, Archangel fourth. Scally now dropping all the way to fifth. So yeah, pretty bad for him. Majiggle's getting himself back on the back of the pack, with Robbo dropping back in his Safari liveried Jeep. Dion, though, he is on an absolute charge in that Beetle. He is not going to let that Jeep drop him just yet, as they go through this really long, dragged-on right-hander, almost looking like he's catching it. Kayan, he's in P9, followed by TSF Smoke. Jody's P11, just through pure stability alone, by the look of it. Obviously myself, P12, Jace P13. So both the Abarths pretty much at the back of the grid. We've got Feathers in last. Not sure really what happened to him, but he's at the back. So we've got loads of Jeeps going into the corner there. That is looking like contact. That's Scully absolutely playing bowling in this race as they went at 200 miles an hour into that right-hander. So, oh god, everything's kicking off. That's one Jeep on the grass there. Yeah, this ain't looking too good for a bunch of people. Johnny sort of left to dry. Dion, though, he has overtaken Robbo in the Safari Jeep. So he's on an absolute charge in that Beetle. Really awesome to see. I mean, if Robbo don't get a shift on, I'm sure Kayan would be able to catch him within a few laps. TSF Smoke still bringing up P10. P11, Jody's just doing Jody things as Jace looks to have gone off a bit there, as well as myself. I've just completely disappeared. So we'll have a look back at the highlights later to see if we can figure out what happened. Feathers is P13, and myself, well, I'm about to get lapped in P14. Yellow flag is out, so it was only for a split second. Oh no, it's back again, so something's happened somewhere on the track. I'm not quite sure, but something has definitely happened. So we've got Superman here leading the way from Scally in P2. Scotty Boy is P3, McJiggle P4, and that's myself going for another spin. Archangel P5 and Johnny P6. Dion, though, he is P7 in that Beetle, holding off Robbo this lap. He's really on a charge. Definitely an impressive performance, you know, driver of the day performance from him, as we've got another Jeep deciding that off-road is better. It's kind of what it's for, but definitely hilarious to see. It was a laugh of a race. It wasn't something to really take seriously, and I'm glad people didn't. People really just had a laugh with it, saying, oh no, let's not do 200. You know, it would be an absolute nightmare, and it was, but it was a nightmare in probably one of the more fun ways, as Dion is getting chased down by Robbo. Kayan is P8. He's dropped back a little bit from the Jeep, and that's that's Jace this time going for a spin. Jody P11 in the Beetle, so she's just kind of hanging about, I guess, as the Jeeps are about to come by. We've got Feathers P12. I can see myself in the background there in P13, using all that power of the Abarth. Are we going to get manage to unlap ourselves past Robbo? Let's see if we actually get through cleanly this time. It's looking so. No, it's snapped, and then it's going to snap the other way. So, yeah, it's just kind of, I don't know, one of those things in it, really. Feathers, he's also gone for a spin. So Superman here dominating this race at this point, closely followed by Scully. Superman here is just not wanting to give up that win, as Jody's now being lapped by the Jeep. So, you know, it is what it is. Scully is trying to chase him down, but he's looking a bit further back, so I'm not sure if he's going to get the move done just yet. McJiggle P3, Archangel very well in P4. Johnny's got a 3-second penalty, so I'm not sure what happened there. Dion is P6 at this point, so really awesome drive from him. Robbo P7, TSF Smoke now P8, overtaking Kayan. So those two having their own little battle for the majority of this race. Kayan is looking to go on the inside there. Maybe a track limit penalty coming his way as he pretty much just mounts the curb. Another yellow flag somewhere. Oh, that's looking like myself. Oh no, it's Jace this time. He's spun it around. So Jody now in P10, being lapped by a fellow Beetle. So Jace is going to try and get himself underway. Myself, well, I'm going to try and get through the corner. Are we going to do it cleanly this time? It did snap, but we've managed to keep it under control. The Abarth absolutely coming alive. So are we going to manage to get the move done on Jace? Looks like we're going to get into the slipstream up there. It's side by side almost as we drag each other up the main straight, and I'm going to get that move done by the look of it. Am I going to hold on to it? Who knows? Probably not. I just really don't like this car at all, but it is kind of funny to drive. So we've managed to get ourselves into P11 now in this disaster of a race. Jace P12, Feathers is P13, just doing his own thing at the back. Superman here and Scully, though, is almost side by side. It's looking like Superman, oh yeah, just holds off there from Scully, so that's really kind of close up there between the two Jeeps. McJiggle, then again in his own little battle with Archangel as they go through onto lap 9 of 10. Majiggle P3 just holding away against Archangel Johnny in his, pretty much own race, looking like he could possibly drop back into the clutches of Dion in that very well performing Beetle. He's absolutely dropped Robbo at this point. Jody's about to be lapped by Robbo though. TSS Smoke also wanting to do some lapping of his own, and Kayan as well in P9. That's looking like Jody's giving him a little love tap, but Robbo survives to fight another day. TSS Smoke again now trying to take the battle to the Jeep, as well as Kayan, who's just dropped back a little bit. A bit of contact there. Jody getting a bump draft, if that's what you want to call it. As myself, well, I'm holding Jace off as we go on to lap 8. Well, no, we'll be going on to lap 9 soon. I don't know. I completely lost it. Because the cars are pretty much everywhere. Scully has taken the lead though over Superman Air. Superman Air so dominant throughout these early stages. It's almost like a Lewis Hamilton Rosberg situation from around 2014 to 2016. It's definitely, the two dominant Mercedes at the front essentially. The rest of the field just doing clown things, but that's just kind of the way motorsport is sometimes. There's Mick Jiggle and Archangel there side by side. A bit of contact there. Archangel is through though, as Johnny, well, he's just on his own at this point, closely followed by Dion in the Beetle outperforming itself. So it's almost as if we've got a Force India from back in the day being where it really should not be. Kian, he is P9, Jace P10 as he's going to try and get through this long right-hander. Jody is P11. Myself, I'm riding on the bumper. And am I going to be able to make the move on this lap? So Scully and Superman here side by side going into the last corner. Are they going to touch? No, they're not. Not quite yet anyway. As Superman here looks to take the higher of the lines. Scully looking like he's held this one out though. Only a couple of corners to go as he flies through at 200 plus miles an hour. Scully is surely going to take it at this point. You celebrate your win, mate, even if you did use a bit of dirty tactics early on. It is what it is. It's all for fun. Well done, Scully. Superman here, P2. McJiggle with an awesome P3, getting Archangel back on that last lap. Archangel now P4. Johnny rounds up the top 5 with Dion absolutely outperforming where that Beetle should be at in P6. Robbo P7 in his Jeep. Not a great day for him there. TSS Smoke, he's having a decent race. He is the second place Beetle. Kayan has absolutely dropped back though, as it's looking like that's Jay's dropping back, so he must have had an off. I'm going to round out the top 10. Jody P11 in the Beetle, so it's looking like Feathers is going to take so Kayan's going to get P9 and Feathers is going to take P13 there. So we have somehow got ourselves in the top 10. So really awesome racing. Definitely just more of a joke race, but it did plan out very well. The next video though is even more chaotic and even more absolutely ridiculous. It is what it is. Let's make a bunch of fun races in Gran Turismo 7. So highlights time, it's myself going for a spin on lap 1 in this awfully unstable underbraking above. Everybody just going past, and it's going to carry on like that. Jace also going for his own little spin. Then we've got the Jeeps battling it out, and well, it's side-by-side action. As you can see, Scully and Scotty Boy having a bit of a battle there, a bit of a ramming battle really more than anything. So yeah, I believe this is on board Superman here as he charges his way up through the field. Then we've got Scully, who's going to basically decide that Scotty Boy needs a bit of revenge, and he's also going to catch Johnny there as Superman here then takes the lead and doesn't look back until the final few laps. Then we've got myself and Jody. We are side by side here for position. She's going to decide that turning me around is the best option, and well, it's just one of those things. Then just down the road, her and Jace, well, it's looking like Jace gave her a little tap, comes across, and well, I don't know what you expect. There's a double bump for Jace as he goes for a nice little spin. Overtake of the race, well, that is going to be this one by I believe this is going to be Superman here. Yeah, it is the overtake of the race. Yeah, sorry about it. It's so difficult to kind of distinguish drivers when they're all in the same liveried vehicle. So awesome overtake by him, and that's him pretty much taking the lead from there. So thank you so much for joining me. This was an absolutely hilarious race. If you want to join in the fun, make sure you add me on PSN. Also ensure you're a subscriber of the channel so you don't miss my community posts. Go and check out all my other videos. Feel free to share it, do whatever you want with it, turn those notifications on, like the video, comment, all that good stuff. Thank you so much for your support recently. If you want to donate or help donate to the stream, press that super thanks button and feel free to leave a donation. See you later, guys.